A manhunt for a violent fugitive wraps up today with him in custody. Kyle Curtis Moore was arrested following what authorities say was his vicious attack on a Ripley police officer. And Moore is now being held in Brown County on a $2 million bond. Local 12's Rich Jaffe was there for Kyle Moore's arrest.
Perhaps working on a legal defense, Kyle Moore was shouting to our camera, "Don't take Adderall," and "I'm hallucinating," as a deputy and trooper walked him to a waiting patrol car. Moore had been on the run since around 2:30 in the morning, just after he attacked Ripley police officer John Amole. Amole had stopped Moore following a domestic dispute, and when Moore heard he was going to be arrested, he attacked the officer.
Officer Amole was sustained a lot of injury to his face and jaw. He was then transported by Ripley squad and airlifted out to UC Hospital, and a few hours later he was released and sent home. My understanding, officer's jaw is broke, and he's going to have further attention.
Moore has a lengthy criminal history and is well known by area law enforcement. At the time he ran, he was on probation from Claremont County and had an open Kentucky warrant. As we were wrapping up our noon live shot about the manhunt, officers went flying past us.
And as you can see, there's a whole lot of activity right now.
We found them a few miles outside of town at this nursing facility with Kyle Moore in custody.
As this time progressed of going through the interviews and plastering his face on the media, as soon as he walked in, everybody just started picking up the phone and dialing. I immediately identifying him as being the suspect that we were looking for, and turned out it was right. It was the right guy.
Shortly after Moore was taken into custody a few miles outside of town, he led the officers down here to Stevenson Road in Ripley, and they found Officer Amole's gun.
He agreed to take us down to where the weapon was, no question, didn't lead us off, right to the weapon. So we recovered the weapon. It's a good day.
In Ripley, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News.
And we spoke with Officer Amole's wife, and she told us that her husband is resting at home and she's extremely proud of him.